Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jeremy Sadowski, and I'm here to bring you exciting Maricosta Mustang varsity football. Tonight, the Mustangs will take on the Woodrow Wilson Bruins in the first round of the CIF Division VI playoffs. The Bruins, of course, are coached by Mark Zingenhagen and come out of the Moore League, where they were third place. The Moore League was won by Division I powerhouse Long Beach Poly. The Bruins have a 6-4 record just like the Mustangs, and like I mentioned, were third place in the Moore League with a league record of 4-2. Mustangs come into this contest with 3 straight Bay League shutouts, including a 20-1 victory last week versus arch rival Redondo, which gave the Mustangs second place in the Bay League. The Bruins will feature a balanced attack and are led by junior quarterback Ryan Petway. They also will feature a very powerful running game headlined by Marcus Nottingham. The Mustangs feature a high-powered passing attack led by senior quarterback Nick Carpino and wide receivers Matt Harry, Eddie Berga-Donovan, Cole Trejo, Brody McKinnon, Danny Millay, and we'll see some action from number 85, the sophomore Richard Kick, who has made quite an impact on the defensive side for the Mustangs in Bay League action. The Mustangs also feature a very powerful running attack led by senior Coda Thormasgard, and we'll also see some work from sophomore Ryan Moreno and junior Bryce Carlisle. We will be keeping an eye on that South Hills-Tustin matchup. Of course, if the Mustangs are able to defeat Wilson here tonight, the Mustangs would take on the winner of South Hills and Tustin. South Hills, of course, is the number 1 seed in Division VI with a perfect 10-0 regular season record. And one of those victories for South Hills was right here at Waller Stadium versus the Mustangs during non-league play by a score of 50-20. I know Coach Morrow is excited about a possible rematch versus South Hills. However, the Mustangs can definitely not overlook Wilson. Fans, make sure you stay tuned at halftime for a very special Fans Point of View segment from the 2018 Skechers Peer-to-Peer Friendship Walk last weekend, where I was able to interview Skechers President Michael Greenberg and legendary boxer Sugar Ray Leonard. The captains are meeting at midfield for the Mustangs. Number 3, Nick Carpino. Number 9, Eddie Berga-Donovan. Number 21, Matt Harry. And number 5, Coda Thormasgard. As you see, Eddie Berga-Donovan and Matt Harry are holding up a shirt. That shirt is to honor the passing of legendary Mustang trainer Tim Cooper. He was a good friend of mine, and he was such an influential individual at Maricosta since the late 80s. It appears that the Mustangs have won the opening toss here. And have deferred to the second half. Wilson will receive to start tonight's ball game. The Mustangs will defend the west end zone to start as the captains wish each other luck, and we are getting ready to start the 2018 Division VI CIF playoffs. Both these teams have worked hard all season long to make it to this point. To get to the playoffs, and to have a shot at winning a CIF Division 6 championship. The Wilson Bruins are getting pumped up. They're on the road. They come out of Long Beach, and they are ready to rock and roll here at MiraCosta. The Mustangs are excited to play here at Waller Stadium to start the CIF Division 6 playoffs, and they are getting ready. They are really pumped up, and here come your MiraCosta Mustangs. Mustangs will start tonight's game on defense, and this season the defense has been led by head coach Don Morrow. The offense, of course, is led by offensive coordinator Matt Baker, who was a former lineman in the early 2000s. Senior Jack Austin is getting ready to start off tonight's ball game. It's a beautiful night here in Manhattan Beach at Waller Stadium. And here comes tonight's kickoff from Cooper Field. It's a high end-over-ender. It's going to be taken at about the 1 yard line by Wilson. And that's a very nice return there for number 21, Solomon Bowie. So the Wilson Bruins will start on offense. Trips right, man in motion from a pistol formation. The handoff from Petway will go to Nottingham. That'll be good for a couple yards as we see Coach Morrow instructing his defense. Pistol formation, trips left. Petway's going to hand the ball off again to Nottingham. Oh no, he kept the ball and then passed it out to the left, complete to number 8, Tyree Robinson. And that's good for a Bruin first down into Mustang territory at the 49-yard line. Bruins in the pistol formation. The snap goes over Petway's head. He's going to try to jump on it. The ball is still free, and it pops out of the pile, and it looks like the Mustangs are going to recover it. It appears that number 85, Richard Kick, the sophomore, has recovered it for the Mustangs. Richard Kick made an impact in the Losinger game with an INT for a touchdown, the pick six, as he makes another big play here to start off the playoff game by hauling in the fumble. Wow, what a crazy play to start off this playoff game. So the Mustangs will start their first possession here in the first quarter at the Bruin 25-yard line. Carpino back to pass, and that play is going to be called dead. It appears there was a false start against the Mustangs, so that will back them up 5 yards, setting up a first down and 15 from the Bruin 30-yard line. I formation for the Mustangs. Carpino is going to hand the ball off to Coda Thormasgaard, and he will work his way around the right end. Good for about 5, bringing it to the original line of scrimmage, setting up a second down and 10 situation. A tight trips right formation for the Mustangs. Ball's going to be handed off again to Thormasgaard, using those 3 receivers as blockers. Will get to about the 16-yard line of Wilson, and that will set up a third down and about 2 situation here for the Mustangs. Again, tight trips right formation, shotgun. Carpino again is going to hand it off to Thormasgaard to try that right-hand side. It will be close. Let's see if Cota was able to get the first down, and he was just able to get past the line to gain, and the Mustangs will have a first down here at the Wilson 15. Man in motion, offset I. Carpino's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it deep down the middle. He has a man, a leaping catch, and Matt Harry was able to get a foot in bounds for the Mustangs touchdown. Wow, what a start here for the Mustangs as they were able to recover a fumble on the Bruins' first drive and then convert it for a touchdown with a couple nice runs by Cota Thormasgaard and then a beautiful pass here. Let's take another look as Carpino play actions and then has Matt Harry at the back of the end zone, and Matt Harry, quite aware of where he was able to get a foot in bounds for the Mustangs touchdown. Southerly in for the extra point. It's up high straight, and that is good. So the Mustangs will take a 7-0 lead over the Wilson Bruins here in the first quarter. Mustangs are coming out in a traditional green home uniform. As you know, the Mustangs have been wearing all black at home so far this year, so they're busting out the green unis for the playoffs as that ball goes into the end zone where Bowie will take a touchback and Wilson will start their second possession with 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Nottingham with a run around the left end, good for a nice gain. We'll set up a 2nd down and 3 situation for Wilson. Petway in the pistol. Petway's going to hand the ball off again to Nottingham, and he might have gained a yard. He was stopped by Brumley and Gordon on the play. And that was enough for the Bruin first down. Pistol formation. Petway's going to go to the air, and that ball is incomplete. It is knocked down by number 42 for the Mustangs, Taro Ayadome. Coach Morrow instructing his defense. Man in motion, Petway back to pass. He's going to try to set up a little screen that is knocked down. That play did not look good from the start for the Bruins as the Mustangs were able to knock it down, setting up a 3rd and 10 situation. Pistol formation, trips left for Wilson. Petway back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle and incomplete, intended for number 8, Tyree Robinson. That will bring up a 4th and long situation for Wilson. Punting situation here for the Bruins. Mustangs should get decent field possession to start their second possession tonight, as Brody McKinnon will fair catch the ball at the Mustang 48, where the Mustangs will take over with 7 minutes and 25 seconds as Carpino is rolling out to his right. He's throwing it deep down the middle and overthrows McKinnon, who had a step on the defender, as we see offensive coordinator Matt Baker orchestrating this Mustang offense. Shotgun formation, man in motion from left to right. That's Cole Trejo. Carpino rolling out to his right, and he is throwing it to Birgit Donovan, just low and incomplete, bringing up a 3rd down situation here for the Mustangs on their second possession of the night. Trips right, shotgun for the Mustangs. Carpino rolling out to his right. He's throwing it deep down the sideline. Has a man, has a completion to number 8, senior Cole Trejo. It's good to see Cole back in the lineup. He returned to the lineup. Last week versus Redondo, had a couple key receptions in that game. Mustangs are coming out in an I formation. Carpino's going to hand the ball off this time to Bryce Carlisle, the junior, number 20, who will get to about the Wilson 10-yard line. Second down and about 3.5 to go for the Mustangs. I formation, man in motion. That's Matt Harry in motion. Carpino's going to hand the ball off again to Bryce Carlisle. He doesn't get much on that carry. We'll set up a third down and probably about 3 situation here for the Mustangs in the first quarter. Trips left, shotgun formation. Carpino back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle, and Coda Thorma's guard was well covered, so Carpino just sort of threw that one into the ground. Didn't want to force a turnover here, as the Mustangs will attempt a 27-yard field goal. Thomas Southerly will be in to attempt the field goal, and that ball is going to be blocked, and the attempt is no good, so the Mustangs are not able to convert on their second possession and lead. Another bad snap by Wilson, and the ball is free. It appears that the Mustangs have recovered it. That's number 39, Slade Gordon. So the Bruins have had some issues with their long snapping as they come out in that pistol formation, and that is their second turnover in 3 possessions. Carpino in shotgun. Single back is Thorma's guard. It appears a delay of game was called on the Mustangs, so that will back him up 5 yards as Carpino gets the play call from offensive coordinator Matt Baker. Shotgun formation. Man in motion. Carpino back to pass. He's going to throw it to his left, and that is incomplete, intended for the sophomore, Brody McKinnon. McKinnon has had a fabulous season for the Mustangs. I formation. Fabre and Thorma's guard in the backfield for the Mustangs. The handoff goes to Thorma's guard, and he works his way up the middle with a nice block by Ravel, just short of the end zone. I formation again for the Mustangs. The handoff goes to Thorma's guard. He tries the middle. He pops it out to the right-hand side and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs. A great block by senior A.J. Ashode pulling on that play, as the Mustangs are taking a commanding lead early on in this contest. Southerly in for the extra point. It's up high, straight, and through the uprights. The Mustangs have a 14-0 lead over the Bruins with 4 minutes and 23 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Austin to kick off for the Mustangs, and that will get into the end zone for another touchback, as Bowie is not happy about that. Petway in the pistol formation. He is going to hand the ball off on the read option to Nottingham, who gets a very nice run before he is taken down by Kick and Fisher. Penalty late on the play is a face mask by the Mustangs, so that will be another 15 yards tacked on to that play. Ball at the Bruin 49-yard line. Petway in the pistol. And he hands the ball off again to Nottingham, who gets into Mustang territory. on the read option play, setting up a 2nd down and 7 situation here for the Bruins. Trips right, pistol formation, man in motion. Again, the handoff goes to Nottingham up the middle. He gets a very nice gain before he's taken down by Luke Weaver of the Mustangs. However, the Bruins will pick up a 1st down at the Mustang 34-yard line. Trips right, pistol formation. Petway's going to again hand it off on the read option to Nottingham, who will get it to the Mustang 30-yard line, pick up a couple yards on that play. Setting up a 2nd down and 6 situation for the Bruins. Trips right, pistol formation, man in motion, right to left. The handoff again goes to Nottingham, and he is met in the backfield and thrown back. Brumley was in on that play, as well as kick. Mustangs read that play very well. Setting up a 3rd down and 10 situation. Trips right, pistol formation. Mustangs showing blitz by Gordon. And Petway throws it over. Wow, he had 2 receivers in the area and is able to complete the pass to Kevin Sperry, the 5'10", 165-pound receiver for the Bruins. Petway back to pass, setting up a little wide receiver screen, and he has 3 blockers and nobody else around him for the Mustangs. And the Bruins get into the end zone for a touchdown. The point after attempt is low and wide left. So the Mustangs still have a 14-6 lead over the Bruins here in the 1st quarter. Bruins are set to kick off, and it's a high end over ender, not too deep. Will bounce at about the 17-yard line, where it was picked up by the Mustangs. Number 8, Cole Trejo, who gets a few yards to about the 32-yard line. There was a penalty on the play. Most likely will be a holding call versus the Mustangs. In fact, it was against the Mustangs. So that will back them up deep into their own territory to start this drive, as Coach Morrow is definitely liking what he's seeing so far tonight. Shotgun formation for the Mustangs. Carpino back to pass. He's scrambling now out to his right. He is going to take it himself and gain a few yards on the play. That's the one thing I've been impressed with quarterback Carpino all season, is he doesn't try to force the ball when the play is well covered. He'll take what yardage he can get on the ground. He'll get out of bounds. He'll save his body, won't take too many hits unnecessarily, as he hands the ball off here up the middle to Coda Thormasgaard. Coda was able to get a nice little gainer there off of 2nd effort when it appeared that he was going to be stopped. Officials timeout on the field. Appears to be a little equipment issue here by the Bruins. Mustangs are coming out in an I formation. Fabre and Thormasgaard in the backfield for the Mustangs. McKinnon and Harry out, and the Mustangs shift Carpino to a slot. Fabre at quarterback. He's going to take it himself on the read option. Not going to get too much yardage on that play. That will bring up a 2nd down and 9 situation for the Mustangs and take us to the end of the first quarter with the Mustangs leading the Bruins 14-6. Tonight's trivia question brought to you by Skechers is, in the late 1980s, the Mustangs played a first-round CIF playoff game versus Lompoc. One of those players from Lompoc ended up playing in the NFL. Who was that player? To answer tonight's trivia question, log on to Maricosta High School football players on Facebook. Be the first person to answer the question correctly. You will receive a point. Person with the most points at the end of the season will receive a pair of shoes courtesy of longtime Mustang football sponsor Skechers. As we get ready here for the second quarter of play, Mustangs are in shotgun. Carpino back to pass. The ball is tipped up and it is caught by J.B. Ravel, and Ravel is going to get around the left-hand side. Good for a yard gain on that play. Wow, what a heads-up play by J.B. Actually, what appears to be a yard loss on the play, setting up a 3rd down and 10 situation as Carpino again will be back to pass. He's now scrambling out to his left and he's going to throw it deep down the middle and completes the ball. Wow, what a play by Carpino to find Cole Trejo coming back. Trying to help his quarterback was Trejo, and the Mustangs are able to pick up a 1st down. Incredible job by Carpino scrambling out of trouble, and then Trejo seeing that, coming back and getting enough for the 1st down. Carpino back to pass. He's going to throw it out to his right, and that ball is going to be complete. That was to number 21, senior Matt Harry, as the Mustang offense is really moving so far during this game. High formation for the Mustangs, man in motion. The handoff's going to go up the middle to Bryce Carlisle. He wasn't able to get too much yardage on the play for the Mustangs. He's going to set up a 2nd down and 9 situation for Maricosta. I formation, Carpino under center. He's going to hand the ball off again to Bryce Carlisle around the right-hand side. Probably picked up about 2 to 3 yards on the play. That's going to set up a 3rd down and about 7 for the Mustangs here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation, doubles right and left for Maricosta. Carpino straight drop back, setting up a wide receiver screen, a running back screen, completed to Ryan Moreno, the sophomore. However, the field is slick and his feet slip from under him. However, that was a hold against the Mustangs. That will back him up. Trips right. Carpino back to pass. He's rolling out to his right. He stops. He throws it deep down the... nearly intercepted there by Zachariah Dolphin. 4th down for the Mustangs. Sort of in no man's land here, as Carpino will drop back again for the pooch punt, which he has done very effectively this season. And another great job by Carpino the Bruins will start this possession at their own 11-yard line. So Mustangs are able to pin him back. The ball is free. It appears that Thormasgaard knocked the ball free, and it was recovered by number 30 for the Mustangs, David Bogdanovich. And the Mustangs get another turnover. That's the 3rd fumble by the Bruins. Trips right for the Mustangs. Carpino in shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff to Thormasgaard on the read option. He's going to roll out now to his right and complete it to McKinnon, who slips on the play. Again, this field is pretty slick. We've seen several players slide as they tried to make cuts. Offset I left for the Mustangs. Carpino fakes the handoff. He's throwing it to the end zone to a wide open Richard Kick, who slips at the end of that play. It'll be interesting to see if that wet field comes into play later this game, as Richard Kick was able to run a pattern where he was wide open. Let's take another look at this play, as Carpino does a great job of the play action there, and then Richard Kick sneaks into the end zone and is wide open for the Mustangs touchdown. So the Mustangs have taken a commanding lead here as Southerly comes on for the extra point, and that is good. Mustangs lead 21-6 with just under 8 minutes to go in this first half of play. Austin to kick off once again for the Mustangs. It's a high end over-ender, short, and a bouncer, of which Wilson just jumps on the ball. Again, Coach Morrow likes to have that high short kick to prevent the long returns by the opposing team. Trips left, pistol formation. Petway's going to hand the ball off again to Nottingham up the middle, and he's going to be stopped by Gordon and Kick on the play. Trips left for Wilson. Petway back to pass. He's setting up a wide receiver screen to number 7, Dolphin. Fisher in on that play for the Mustangs. It's enough for the first down. Trips left again for Wilson. Again, the handoff goes up the middle to Nottingham. Good for a few yards on that play. This Wilson offensive line definitely has more size than the defensive line of the Mustangs. Mustangs are going to have to use their speed and agility to counter that, as another wide receiver screen is completed there to number 6 this time, Alcaraz, and he will get to about the 40-yard line.
Cross midfield, move the chains. First down, Bruins. On the tackle.
Trips right, man in motion, pistol formation. Petway back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the left-hand sideline, incomplete. That was intended for Robinson. Again, Coach Morrow's liking what he's seeing from his Mustang team. His defense is playing well. His offense is getting points on the board. Trips right for the Bruins. The ball is handed off again to Nottingham, and that will be about a 5-yard gain for the Bruins. It appears Jordan Corral was shaken up a little bit. He's walking off on his own without any assistance. Hopefully we'll see him back later this game. Trips right, pistol formation. Petway's going to run the read option and hand the ball off again to Nottingham. Nottingham's breaking free around the left end and is going to get inside the Mustang 10-yard line. Bruins are driving the ball pretty effectively this drive. However, they have had 3 fumbles so far this game. Again, the read option, handoff goes up the middle to Nottingham, and he's stopped by Tomlinson and Dunlap on the play.
Bruins now inside the 5-yard line of Costa.
Mustang D is hopefully trying to get a goal line stand here. Again, the pistol formation, ball goes up the middle to Nottingham and into the end zone for the Wilson touchdown. So Wilson responds with a very nice drive, and they will go for the 2-point conversion since they missed the extra point on their first score. And a little trickery there, and Nottingham is able to get into the end zone up the middle for the 2-point conversion. A lot of movement on that play for Wilson, and the Mustangs were not able to stop Nottingham as he ran right up the middle. So the score now is Mustangs 21, Bruins 14 here in the second quarter. Here comes the kick by the Bruins. It's a high end over ender. It's going to be taken about the 4-yard line. And the Mustangs are going to do a reverse, and that goes to number 8, Cole Trejo, who gets a nice return there for the Mustangs. So let's see if the Mustangs can counter that Bruin drive with one of their own, as the Mustangs come out in a tight trips formation, motion one man over, hand the ball off to Thormasgaard, who gains about 4 yards on the play. J.B. Ravel is limping off there. I hope he's all right, and we'll see him later this contest. Hopefully it's just a cramp for J.B. I formation for the Mustangs. Carpino under center. He's going to hand the ball off up the middle to Coda Thormasgaard. Good for a yard or two on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 situation here for the Mustangs. Timeout on the field. Mustangs leading the Bruins 21-14 with 2 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the first half. Remember, fans, to stay tuned for a special halftime fans' point of view segment from this year's Skechers Peer-to-Peer Friendship Walk, which benefits local charities and children with special needs. A pass interference call against the Bruins will give the Mustangs pretty good field position late here in the second quarter. Mustangs at their own 47-yard line. Carpino fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it over the middle and incomplete, intended for number 86, Danny Millay. 2nd down and 10 for the Mustangs. I formation. Fabre and Thormasgaard in the backfield for the Mustangs. Carpino back to pass. He's now rolling out to his right and finds a man, and that is complete to number 21, Matt Perry. Good enough for a Mustang 1st down as Carpino gets the play call from offensive coordinator Matt Baker. Single back formation for the Mustangs. Carpino fakes the handoff. He's going to scramble out to his right and throw the ball incomplete. Dangerous pass there for Carpino, as Bowie had tight coverage on Harry on that play. Single back formation for the Mustangs. Carpino fakes the handoff to Thormasgaard. He's throwing it deep down the right-hand sideline and incomplete. That was again intended for number 21, Matt Harry on the play. And that will bring up a 3rd and 10 situation here for the Mustangs late in the first half. Penalty appears to be against the Bruins here. And that is a defensive hold versus Wilson, which will give the Mustangs an automatic 1st down. Again, Carpino under center, single back formation for the Mustangs. He fakes the handoff. He's going to step up in the pocket, throw it deep down the left-hand side intended for number 15, Brody McKinnon, and that is incomplete. But again, great elusiveness by Carpino, stepping up in the pocket, avoiding the rush. Trips left for the Mustangs. Shotgun formation. Moreno in at running back. Carpino back to pass. He's going to scramble out to his left. He's going to take it himself. He's going to stay in bounds and get a very nice gainer to about the Wilson 10-yard line, which will set up a first down situation here for the Mustangs. It appears it'll be first and goal just inside the 10-yard line. I formation. Handoff goes up the middle to Thormasgaard, who dives down to about the 3-yard line. Great block there by Underaga and Malay, setting up a second down and goal from about the 3-yard line. I formation for Bray and Thormasgaard in the backfield for the Mustangs. Carpino is going to pitch it out to Thormasgaard, and he is stopped in the backfield. Probably be a loss on the play to about the 6-yard line, setting up a third and goal from there. I formation for the Mustangs. Man in motion, right to left. Carpino again hands the ball off up the middle to Thormasgaard, and he's going to get down to the 2-yard line. Interesting call here by Coach Morrow as it's fourth down and goal from the 3. Timeout on the field. Mustangs are definitely going to discuss, do they go for it? Do they kick the field goal? And they are going to go for it. Carpino's in shotgun for the Mustangs. He's going to fake the handoff to Thormasgaard and then fake the read option and then find Eddie Berga-Donovan in the back of the end zone for the Mustang touchdown. Nice job by Carpino on 2 fakes. First he faked it to Thormasgaard, then he faked it the keeper, and then he stepped back and found Berga-Donovan. Let's take another look at this play as the first fake will go to Thormasgaard right here. Then he steps up like he's going to take it himself, steps back, and finds Berga-Donovan open in the back of the end zone for the Mustangs touchdown. Southerly in for the extra point for the Mustangs, and that's up high straight and no good for the Mustangs. So with 20.5 seconds to go, the Mustangs take a 27-14 lead over the Wilson Bruins as Jack Austin again with the short kick to prevent that long return, and Wilson will start this drive from their own 36 with 16.5 seconds. Petway back to pass, and that ball is incomplete. That is knocked down by number 85, sophomore Richard Kick. Second down and 10 for the Bruins. Time is running out in this first half. Petway back to pass. He is going to throw it deep down the middle, and there is a penalty on the play. Pass interference will be called against the Mustangs. So the Bruins will get another shot at this from the Mustangs' 49-yard line this time. Trips right, pistol formation. Petway's probably just going to heave the ball as he rolls out to his right and throws it complete at the 25 to about the 22-yard line, but that's not enough. That will take us to halftime, 27-14. Fans, stay tuned for a special Fans Point of View segment from the Skechers 2018 Peer-to-Peer Friendship Walk.
So excited to see everyone. I'm so happy Don't go anywhere. Come in. So this year it's the 10-year celebration, a decade. And I know that you gave me a lot of credit, but I'm gonna say this year it's the celebration of gratitude. And without each and every one of you in the audience, and I mean this, there's 14,000 registered walkers this year. 14,000. And without each and every one of you, this would not have continued to grow. And I'm going to get into a couple of numbers in just a moment. But I wanted to keep Denise up here because Denise has been with us since the beginning. And also Brooke Burke and so many others. And Tommy Lasorda, who is not here because he's rooting, he's praying. He's going to pray all day until 5 o'clock. Because we need this, right? Go Dodgers! So Denise, a very, very special thank you.
Thank you, Michael Greenberg, for so much. We appreciate it here in South Bay.
Thank you, Leanne. Thank you. So again, the community, I can't show my gratitude. I wish everybody could see what I'm seeing from this vantage point. It's epic. It's epic. And, you know, we raised over... My God, it's a big number that we got to beat next year. We raised over $2 million this year.
Michael, the Friendship Walk is entering its 10th year. Can you talk about the impact that it's made in the South Bay?
Oh my God, I wouldn't know where to begin. It's 10 years, and this year we had 14,000 people come out. The first year, which is an interesting fact, we had 1,200 people come out. We raised $220,000. This year, we raised over $2 million. And in the decade we've been doing this walk, and thanks to this community, the communities, the surrounding community, the entire South Bay, all the sponsors, we've collectively raised $11 million since we started the walk.
Michael, on behalf of Maricosta football and all Maricosta athletics, thank you and Skechers for your longtime support. Without you guys, it would be tough to get the program where it's at today.
Well, thank you, and we love the community, like I said, and we'll see you next year.
And on behalf of Skechers and Michael, I want to say, personally from me, I thank each and every one of you for your love, for your support, and for your walk. So are you ready to get moving? God bless you all, and let's do it again. Come on. Yeah. Give it up for Brooke Burke and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Hello, it's Jeremy Sadowski. I'm here with Sugar Ray Leonard, legendary boxer. Sugar Ray, what does it mean for you to be a part of this peer-to-peer friendship walk?
You know, I've been here for a number of years, and it's always the same feeling. It's about giving back. It's about making a difference in our kids' lives. It's about participating. It's the love and support and an advocate of something so wonderful. And on behalf of Skechers, I'm over the hill.
Welcome back, fans, to halftime of the Division VI first round CIF playoffs between your Maricosta Mustang and the Wilson Bruins. Mustangs, of course, are leading the Bruins 27-14. Mustangs were able to get 3 fumble recoveries from the Bruin offense, and quarterback Carpino was able to throw 3 touchdown passes to 3 different receivers so far this evening, and Coda Thormasgaard was able to add another touchdown on the ground. So the Mustangs are in good position here to start the second half. Over in that other game we're keeping an eye on, South Hills and Tustin are tied at halftime 7-7, as the opening kick for the second half is up and underway. Number 8, Cole Trejo, with a very nice return for the Mustangs. Appears that he might have been shaken up a little bit on that hit. However, he is going to stay in for the Mustangs on offense. We got a doubles right and left for the Mustangs. Carpino in shotgun. Carpino's going to step back to pass and complete it over the middle to number 15, Brody McKinnon.
Completed pass from Nick for an 8-yard gain.
Good for about an 8-yard gain on the play, setting up a 2nd and 2 situation. Tight trips right formation for the Mustangs. And Carpino's going to fake the handoff this time to Thormasgaard and throw it downfield and incomplete. I thought Matt Harry had the ball, but he wasn't able to hold on to it as he hit the ground. Again, we have a very tight formation, a doubles-doubles. As a timeout on the field with 11 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second half. Again, the Mustangs come out in that tight right formation, that trips right formation, which they like to run out of. And this is the second play from that formation in the second half where they passed. 4th down and 2 for the Mustangs. Trips right. Carpino in shotgun. I'm expecting him to drop back for a pooch kick, and there he goes. And here goes the kick, another spiraling kick, and it's dropped first and then picked up by Dolphin, and he is stopped for only a couple-yard gain on the return. So the Bruins will come out for their first possession again in the pistol, and Nottingham is breaking free. He is going to go to the 5-yard line. However, there is a penalty on the play, a costly penalty indeed, as it appears to be a holding call, and it is a holding call versus the Bruins, a very costly penalty. The Bruins were all the way down to the Mustang 5 and now are at their own 20, so a 75-yard penalty on that play, as the ball is incomplete, and that will set up a second down situation here for the Bruins. Trips left, and nice read option play and an RPO as the run pass option. Petway decides to pass it and completes it to Robinson. Pistol formation for Wilson. Petway back to pass again, throws it to Robinson and completes it. Good for a few yards on the play.
Flanker straight, complete to number 8, Tyree Robinson. That brings up a 4th down.
Again, I'd like to thank longtime Mustang football sponsor Skechers. Of course, Skechers sponsors our trivia questions. Stay tuned between the 3rd and 4th quarters for tonight's trivia question. Trips left for the Bruins, and that ball is going to be taken by Petway on the read option. Good for a Bruin first down. Out to the Bruin 42-yard line. Coach Morrow is instructing his defense. We have pistol formation. Petway back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the left-hand side. Incomplete. A defensive hold was called on the play, so that will give the Bruins a first down and will get them into Mustang territory at the Mustang 48-yard line. Pistol formation for Petway. He's going to take it himself on the read option. Then he's going to throw it out. Nearly a pitch play to the receiver. Interesting play call there for the Bruins. Kind of looked like an old triple option. Trips right. Pistol formation. Petway is going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it deep down the left-hand side, just out of the reach of Dolphin. Incomplete. Fisher was in on that coverage, as Fisher last week tied a record set by Mike Enos in 1997 with 3 interceptions. Penalty is against the Mustangs, and that's going to give the Bruins a first down in deep in Mustang territory. Timeout on the field. Mustangs lead the Bruins 27-14 here in the 3rd quarter.
Come and join us here at Waller Stadium at 7 p.m. Again, that's Thursday.
Petway back to pass. He's setting up the wide receiver screen, and he is going to be thrown down immediately by Fisher on that play. That's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play, bringing up a second down and about 6 or 7 for the Bruins. Pistol formation, man in motion. Fake to the man in motion. The handoff goes to Nottingham up the middle, and he's stopped by Tomlinson on the play. Setting up a 3rd down situation here for Wilson in the 3rd quarter. Petway back to pass. He's throwing it deep down the left-hand side, incomplete. Fisher with good coverage on the play. We got a key 4th down play here for the Bruins here in the 3rd quarter. And they are going to go for it from the Mustang 20. And it looks like they're going to call timeout to discuss this play. So again, this is a key down here in this game, with the Mustangs leading by 13 points in the 3rd quarter with 6 minutes and 36 seconds left in the 3rd quarter of play. The Bruins are going to go for it. Petway's rolling out to his right. He throws, and that is incomplete. And that was broken up by number 42 for the Mustangs, Taro Ayadome. Nice play by Taro to break up that key 4th down play for the Bruins. Carpino in shotgun. He's going to hand the ball off to Moreno around the right-hand side. Good for about 5 yards on the play for the sophomore. That's going to set up a 2nd down and 5 situation. I formation. Fabre and Moreno in the backfield. Handoff again goes to Moreno. Moreno with a nice move around the right end. Picks up 6 yards and the 1st down for the Mustangs. Again, Ryan Moreno has been a key factor on offense starting in the Peninsula game and all through Bay League action as Carpino nearly finds McKinnon, who nearly made a one-handed catch. However, that is incomplete. Man in motion, I formation. Carpino under center. He's going to hand the ball off again to Moreno. Nice move as he's able to weave his way up the middle with some nice blocks from AJ Ashode and JB Ravel for the Mustang 1st down. I formation. Man in motion. Carpino's going to hand it off to the tailback. That's Moreno again, and he is going to be stopped this time for no gain. 2nd down and 10 for the Mustangs. At their own 47-yard line. Single back formation. Carpino fakes the handoff. He's going to scramble out to his left and just throw the ball away. He threw the ball to the track to avoid the sack. Great job by quarterback Carpino to avoid that loss on the play. Shotgun formation, doubles right and left, single back. Carpino back to pass. He's going to step up in the pocket. Now he's rolling out to his right. He's going to take it himself and gain about 3 yards on the play, setting up a 4th down and 7 situation for the Mustangs. Coach Moore contemplating if he should go for it or not. I expect Carpino to drop back to punt as he does here, and the pooch punt is another spiraling kick which will take a Mustangs bounce and will be down by Eddie Bergen-Donovan. So the Mustangs have definitely avoided the long returns by Wilson so far, as Bogdanovich is able to stop Nottingham on that play. Nice open field tackle. 2nd down and about 6 for the Bruins. Petway in the pistol. Trips left for Wilson. Handoff goes up the middle to Nottingham, and he's going to be tripped up by Richard Kick. However, he is able to pick up a 1st down to the Wilson 29-yard line. Trips left, pistol formation. Petway fakes the handoff, going to throw it out to the left and incomplete. Broken up by number 12, Luke Weaver on that play. Great defensive coverage by Luke. Trips left, pistol formation. Petway's going to hand the ball off up the middle this time to Nottingham. And Nottingham is going to gain a couple yards, stopped by Gordon. 3rd and long here for the Bruins. Pistol formation. And Petway's going to take it on the read option, and he is still on his feet, and he might go the distance. And he's going to be driven out of bounds at the 10-yard line. And here comes a late flag for a late hit. I don't know about that one because he was running down the sideline. The Mustang defender just made sure he was going out of bounds. Nothing. I don't agree with that call. However, I'm not wearing a white hat, so I don't really have too much of a say on the matter. Wilson has the ball at the Mustang 5-yard line, 1st and goal, again with a lot of motion in the backfield. The handoff goes to Nottingham, and Nottingham breaks a few tackles before getting knocked out of bounds by Jordan Corral. Good to see Jordan back in the game after being shaken up in the first half. Whoa, Nottingham slipped as he tried to make a cut at the line of scrimmage and will be stopped there at the 5-yard line. Offset pistol I formation for the Bruins. Handoff goes up the middle to Nottingham, and he gets into the end zone again for the Bruins. And the Bruins have definitely made this a game here as the kicker comes on for the extra point, and that ball is going to go wide right. So with 8.2 seconds to go in the third quarter, Mustangs now only lead the Bruins by 7 by a score of 27-20. Here comes the kick. It's a high end over ender, short and taken by Cole Trejo at about the 20. And he gets a very nice return there for the Mustangs. So with 2.1 seconds, this should be the final play of the third quarter. Tight trips right formation. Carpino fakes it. He's going to throw it over the middle, sets up a wide receiver screen. Doesn't get much yardage, and that will take us to the fourth quarter of play with the Mustangs leading 27-20. Tonight's trivia question, brought to you by Skechers, is in the late 1980s, the Mustangs played a first-round CIF playoff game versus Lompoc. One of those players from Lompoc ended up playing in the NFL. Who was that player? And for a bonus point, what team did he play for? To answer tonight's trivia question, log on to Maricosta High School football players on Facebook, and if you are the first person to answer the question correctly, you will receive a point. Person with the most points at the end of the season will receive a pair of shoes courtesy of longtime Mustang football sponsor Skechers. Mustangs in on offense to start the fourth quarter. Carpino rolling out to his right and completing to number 15, Brody McKinnon. Nice play there, drawn up by offensive coordinator Matt Baker and well executed by the Mustang offense. Doubles right and left for Maricosta. Carpino in shotgun. He's dropping back. He's going to step up in the pocket and drops the ball, but is able to recover his own fumble. However, that is about a 6-yard loss on the play for the Mustangs. Trips left, single back formation. Carpino's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it over the middle and complete it to Eddie Berga-Donovan, who's still on his feet and will get down to about the Bruin 23-yard line. First down, Mustangs. Great job by Carpino to spot Eddie Berga-Donovan breaking free down the center of the field. Shotgun formation. Carpino fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it deep down the left-hand side, and that is complete to Brody McKinnon, who's able to get a foot in bounds. That's the second tight roping catch for the Mustangs. First play was in the first quarter by Matt Harry at the back of the end zone. This play was by Brody McKinnon on the left sideline, as he's just saying, I can't believe that one myself, as he gets an incredible touchdown reception. Let's take another look at this play as Carpino in the pistol fakes the handoff, finds McKinnon, who leaps up as he's twisting and turning, is able to get a foot in bounds for the Mustang touchdown. Amazing footwork by the Mustang receivers so far, as McKinnon was able to keep a foot in bounds. Harry was able to keep a foot in bounds at the back of the end zone. Berga Donovan ran a pattern in the back of the end zone. And then there's Richard Kick, who was just all alone. So great job by the Mustangs receivers. 4 touchdown passes by Carpino to 4 different receivers. And the Bruins will take the ball out to their own 35-yard line, where they will start this first drive of the 4th quarter, trailing now by 14 points. Petway in the pistol formation. He's going to hand the ball off up the middle to Nottingham. Mustang defense stopped him by number 63, Dunlap. It was good to see the Mustang offense follow up that nice drive by Wilson with a nice drive of their own to gate that 14-point lead back here in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and about 7 for the Bruins. Ball at the 38-yard line of Wilson, and he is going to be stopped for a short gain, if any gain at all, by number 39, senior Slade Gordon. Gordon's been all over the field tonight for the Mustangs. 4th down situation here for the Bruins. They are going to go for it. And Petway throws the ball, and it is intercepted by number 85, Richard Kick, who high steps it into the end zone for the Mustang touchdown. His 2nd touchdown of the night. He had that touchdown reception earlier, and then this pick 6 for the Mustangs. That's his 2nd pick 6 of the season. The first one against Lusinger, and this one in the first round of the CIF playoffs, as he reads this ball perfectly, that quick slant, and it goes unstopped, unhindered into the end zone. A little high stepping. That will cost the Mustangs 15 yards on the kickoff. Suddenly in for the extra point. It's up high straight, and that is good. So the Mustangs take a 21-point lead here in the 4th quarter. Mustangs will be kicking off from their own 25-yard line after the celebration penalty against Kick. Here comes the kickoff by Austin. It's a low liner, and that is going to get out of bounds. So the Mustangs, it'll be interesting to see if Wilson will take the yardage at the 40 or have the Mustangs kick it off once again. And they are going to have the Mustangs kick it off from their own 30 this time. And here comes the kick by Austin. It's a high but short kick, and that's going to take a bounce at about the 35-yard line. Bowie's going to take it past the 45 to the 50 to the 45 to the 44-yard line of the Mustangs, where he is stopped by kicker Jack Austin.
With the return, Jack Austin.
So the Bruins will start this drive in Mustang territory after the celebration penalty by Kick on his pick 6. Mustangs lead by 21 points. Trips left for the Bruins. Nottingham ran into his own man, fumbled the ball, and Harim Cortez is there to pick it up for the Mustangs. That's 4 fumble recoveries for the Mustangs D, and that interception by Kick, a total of 5 turnovers, and this Mustang D is still playing lights out ball. Handoff goes up the middle to Moreno, good for a little gain. Mustangs finished off 3 straight Bay League games with shutouts, and then have gotten 5 turnovers here in the first round of the CIF playoffs. as the Mustangs are looking to advance to the second round of CIF. Tight trips right formation. Carpino back to pass. He's going to throw it and complete it to the middleman of that formation. That's Matt Harry, and that's a good gain. First down for the Mustangs at the Bruin 42-yard line. Trips left, man in motion from left to right into a double-doubles formation. Carpino's going to hand the ball off to Thormasgaard, who tries to avoid a couple tackles and is forced out of bounds. Going to get a yard or so on the carry. Tight trips right formation. One receiver split out left for the Mustangs. The handoff again goes to Thormasgaard, using those three receivers on the right-hand side. Good for about 5 or 6 yards on the carry for Coda. Again, the Mustang line is blocking this bigger defensive line admirably. The defensive line has not had any major plays so far this game, as the Mustangs have been able to roll on offense. Thormasgaard takes the ball again up the middle, this time good for maybe a yard or maybe half a yard loss on the play. I thought he gained a yard or two. Carpino under center, I formation. Handoff again goes to Thormasgaard, but this play will be called dead on the false start by the Mustangs. So the Mustangs at this point of the ball game are just looking to run the clock out. I formation. With that 21-point lead, Carpino will definitely take his time as he looks over to Matt Baker, and he will call a timeout, as there might have been some confusion on the play call, as he just runs out the clock as much as he can and then calls the timeout. So with 4 minutes and 39 seconds to go in the contest, offset I for the Mustangs. Carpino fakes the handoff. He's going to take it himself around the left-hand side and just slide and keep in bounds. Great job there by Carpino. Takes a loss on the play, doesn't take the hit, keeps the clock rolling, knowing the situation. He could have very easily ran out of bounds, but he knew he had to keep the clock going, and he didn't want to take a big hit. Carpino rolling out to his right now, and he throws an interception. That's one of the few mistakes we've seen from Carpino. With 3 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the contest, Wilson will take over from about their own 40-yard line as Nottingham gets the call and is able to gain a few yards on the play to the Bruin 46-yard line, setting up a second down play as Nottingham gets the ball again around the left-hand side. A penalty on the play. Let's see what the call is. In that area of the field, more than likely it will be an offensive holding as the officials meet near midfield. And indeed, it is a hold versus the Bruins. The hold is declined. However, a personal foul against the Bruins will be accepted. And that was after the play, so the 15 yards will be knocked off, and then they will lose that down. However, Nottingham got a very nice run there for the Bruins, and that is enough for the first down. Trips right, pistol formation. Petway gives the ball to Nottingham on the right-hand side, works his way all the way to the left, and is knocked out of bounds.
And Nottingham continues to do hard work for the
So we're
Bruins.
getting near the end of this game. The Mustangs lead 41-20. Trips right, pistol formation, and Nottingham is going to be stopped in the backfield by a herd of Mustangs on that play. I'm sorry, that was number 22, Calder, for the Bruins.
For the Bruins.
Second down and 12. Petway throws it out to Dolphin, who is able to gain some yardage, and he's taken out of bounds, and he's not too happy about that tackle. However, his teammates keep him under control and take him back to their side of the field. Third down situation here for the Bruins. Third and about 3. Petway's going to hand the ball off to Nottingham, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield by number 5, Coda Thormasgaard. Great job by Coda getting penetration, setting up a 4th down and 3 situation here for the Bruins. Pistol formation. Petway's going to throw the ball to his left and incomplete. The Mustangs will take over on downs with 1 minute and 24 seconds. That should do it. A couple more kneel downs for the Mustangs, and the Mustangs will advance to the second round of the CIF playoffs. Just got an update from the South Hills Tustin game. Going into the fourth quarter is tied at 7. South Hills scored 20 points in the fourth quarter to win 27-7 and advance to the second round of the CIF Division 6 playoffs. So next week, the Mustangs will get their rematch versus the number 1 seed in Division 6, South Hills, right here at Waller Stadium. The Mustangs had an impressive game tonight here versus the Wilson Bruins, winning 21-20. Mustangs were able to get 5 turnovers, 4 fumble recoveries, and a pick 6 by sophomore Richard Kick. Quarterback Nick Carpino was able to complete 4 touchdowns passes to 4 different receivers. Coda Thormasgaard was able to add another rushing touchdown as the Mustangs dominate the Bruins here at the Wall, 41-20. So next week, the Mustangs will get that rematch versus South Hills right here at home. Stay tuned, fans, for some post-game interviews, and we'll see you next week versus South Hills right here at the Wall.
Jeremy Stowski here with sophomore Brody McKinnon. Brody, the sophomore class really stepped up this game. You and Richard had big games tonight. Can you talk about tonight's win versus Wilson?
Honestly, this is a huge motivator for our team because this is going to make us try to beat South Hills even more. And big shout out to Richard for having a crazy game. And honestly, we just need to work hard and we can honestly win CIF.
It's Jeremy Stowski here with sophomore Richard Kick. Richard, you had a huge game on defense. You had the fumble recovery and then the high step and pick 6. Reminded me a little bit of Deion Sanders at the end of that play. Can you talk about the defensive performance by you and the Mustang D?
We just came in this game, past 3 games we haven't been scored on, so we just came with that attitude. We didn't want to be scored on. It happened early in the game, but we just kept sticking through. We just kept pushing, and we got it done.
Here with sophomore JB Ravel. JB, you had a catch there during the game. Can you talk about that play and how the Mustang offense was able to dominate tonight?
Well, with the beginning of the play, I stepped to block my guy. He kind of got past me. It was kind of a mistake on my part. I thought, how can I make this better? So I turn around, I see he blocks Nick's kick. I look up, I grab it, I start running. I'm like, this is my time to shine. I wanted to be a running back since freshman year. So then I start running, and hopefully I got that 1 yard game. But with the rest of the season, I think we're gonna do great. We're gonna go very far. I think it's just all amazing. I love it.
This is Jeremy Sadowski. We're here with Franklin Spencer. Franklin versus Centennial. You had a touchdown run. Can you talk about that play?
I liked it so much that I didn't give what I did. I just wanted the touchdown, and that's what I got. Thanks to all my offensive line. It was a great win, great team win here, and then